There's a certain stench that lingers throughout multiplayer games these days, like a wet fart in an elevator. It's one that has a hint of frustration, a hint of resentment, and a pinch of dread. That stench is skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking is a multiplayer matchmaking system that pairs players up based off their skill level. So the better you are, the more likely you are to be paired with people within your skill level, i.e. KD ratio. The worse you are, well, you get the point. The biggest pro is keeping players at a similar skill level as Optic Scumpy from raw dogging a player that's skill level is the equivalent of someone who has no thumbs, brain, or the eyesight of an elderly woman named Janice, Carol, or Mildred. Was that example too specific? Maybe. But that's what we're dealing with here, folks. The biggest con is that players that are even slightly above average get paired up with those of a similar skill level or better, leading to lobbies that are extremely, quote-unquote, sweaty and full of people that play the game like their entire life depends on it. And maybe their lives do depend on it, but getting into games like this can lead to some extremely frustrating matchmaking experiences. Example, Modern Warfare 3. I've been playing Modern Warfare 3 as much as I can, but day by day it becomes increasingly more frustrating because if I even show an ounce of competency when playing this game, I go from having this life of easy breezy to competing in a CDL tournament almost instantaneously. Not to mention, matchmaking queues take longer and the overall variety you're experiencing in games is very limited. Because if said skill-based matchmaking system figures are in the percent of players that can compete at the higher level, you're going to experience Sonic the Hedgehog, Roger Rabbit, meta abusers, super tryhards, or content creators trying to get the best gameplay possible, which is literally 11 clones of each other in your lobby at all times. And having this lack of variety not only makes the games extremely frustrating, but extremely boring at the same time. The other thing this system does is punish the players who put in the time and hours to get good or at least get themselves to a point where they're average at the game, and if they get to that average tier, they're rewarded with getting their teeth kicked in game after game after game after game, only for the system to kick them back into the dum-dum lobbies for a couple matches, and then kick them right back again for even longer. I mean, the thing that made games like Call of Duty back in the day was the fact that matches were set up by connection, so meaning you were playing with people solely based off your internet connection versus overall skill. This always led to a wider variety of games and playstyles which no longer exists. You could either stomp the yard or get your yard stomped. No matter which way, at least it wasn't like you were competing in an online tournament, rip game battles. It also helped players who weren't great get the opportunity to learn from those who were, and allowed them to learn at their own pace. Instead, it's now learn, but not too quick, because if you learn too quick, then skill-based matchmaking will slap you with its rock-hard intense matchmaking, and then completely fuck you over, ruining your development like you're Mac Jones. Another reason why I think this entire skill-based matchmaking system exists, other than to protect those that need it, I believe this is also done to help microtransaction sales. Let's say someone of an average skill does well and ends up in the lobby with someone of a higher skill. I'd imagine if that person of higher skill is using an AR from the store that's blasting them away, then the idea would be that the lesser skilled player goes to the store and tries to buy said weapon for themselves in hopes of being as good as that player that is of higher skill. All of this combined leads to an extremely awful matchmaking experience, which in turn causes people to leave the game for greener pastures. Okay, now for a quick rant, which will most likely repeat beats from earlier. Look, I get it, protecting the bad players is a good thing. That way they don't get pummeled by those who that appear like they're glitches through the matrix in their screen. But the protection of all new and bad players is absolutely ridiculous, because there's a massive difference between the players that really need the protection because they keep running into a wall or can't figure out how to turn their analog sticks, and those that can get better and just need that experience to learn from. And punishing the players that took the time or had the ability to just gradually get better or average at the game isn't the way to do it, because what will eventually happen is these players will get pissed and find other games, XDefiant, and ruin the retention needed to help build an actual community to help the longevity of the franchise. And this would also hurt your precious micro DLC sales. You also have a ranked play system for those that get off by competing against others who compete at their similar skill level. Yet by having a skill-based matchmaking system in casual play, there is absolutely no point in having a ranked play except with some additional rankings to brag about, because you're basically getting the same experience in casual play, and it's because of this, casual play is basically fucking ruined for all the non-tryhards who don't want to be competitive. I also want to point out that I don't want completely easier lobbies. What I would love the most is getting more balanced lobbies rather than having every match be the exact same thing and just either trashing on people or getting trashed on. Because right now, Modern Warfare 3 is insufferable with all the slide canceling, screen breaking, 3-round burst guns, Uzi players currently ruining the game. There's literally no variety in the overall playstyle in each game. Every game is the exact same, and I can predict the outcome in every single game I get into because everyone is doing the exact same thing. Also, I'm a filthy casual, and I know a lot of other people that are filthy casuals who would love nothing more than to have an actual casual game of Modern Warfare 3 instead of Sweatfest 2023. Also, by giving these players an easier lobby, you're giving them this illusion of being good. I experienced this in Fortnite very recently, because when I was playing on the OG map in Fortnite, I got a couple 21 kill games, I got a couple wins, and all of a sudden, my games got immediately harder. And I was blindsided by the fact of like, well, how could this happen? I was dropping 21 kill games, and then I realized, oh, skill-based matchmaking, that's a thing. Because at this point, I've built up in my head this idea that I'm actually really good at Fortnite and I'm better than I thought I was. Where back in the day, I wasn't very good at Fortnite, and I was trying to put the effort in to getting better. But now, all of a sudden, I have this illusion of me being good at Fortnite being just completely smashed in front of me. I just gave up. I didn't want to play anymore. It sucks. Not the game though, skill-based matchmaking. Yet here's the problem. Skill-based matchmaking isn't going anywhere. Activision, its developers, or any other developer out there see that they're making money and have no reason to change anything. I've seen people propose the idea of getting a VPN. I've seen people say, don't buy the game, or even don't play the game. Look, buy the game, who cares, just as long as you know what you're in for. But I don't condone in any way the idea of buying micro DLC outside of the first battle pass, because if you complete the battle pass, you should have enough points to get the next one, meaning each one, as you complete them, becomes free. Because DLC now is wildly overpriced. $20 for a bundle that gives you a skin, a weapon you can build in your gunsmith yourself, and some other cosmetics is dumb. When at one point in time, the same bundle would be worth $5 to $10, and that $20, $30 price tag that you're shelling out would get you a crap load of maps and a crap load of content. Not to mention, the developers have shown that they will pull this stuff from the store and make it free in like Amazon Prime bundles. What I'm saying here is, don't buy the DLC they desperately want you to buy and things will change. Because at some point, they have to go back to their investors and explain why they're not selling as many DLC bundles as they were, and eventually things will change. But seriously, keep skill-based matchmaking for the players that actually need it, but stop punishing everyone else that doesn't. But that's the rant and that's the video. I do apologize, but after playing Days of Modern Warfare 3, a game that is actually pretty good if you eliminate skill-based matchmaking, I had to come on here and just make a video, make a rant about skill-based matchmaking like the rest of the world, and just get my opinions out there. They really need to fix this system. They need to like do something to fix this. Because I know I've said it in the past, but no matter how good your game is, you could have a flawless 10 out of 10 game. It does not matter if you have skill-based matchmaking. That will literally ruin your game and cause players to leave because it's extremely frustrating and you're going to have a small pocket of players still left. And that's not how you build an actual community that wants to support your brand and the product you're putting out. Man, being a Call of Duty fan can be sometimes just a really rough thing. With all that being said, I'd like to know what you think in the comments section below. Is skill-based matchmaking a good thing or is it an awful system? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, great. Consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing. And if you didn't, well, it doesn't get much better. It sometimes does. Here and there, there's some good ones. But thanks for watching and, well, bye.